Good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good evening. Depends on where you are located in the map right now. Thank you for joining me in this grand celebration of Casino Guru Awards 2024. Big up for every one of you who has joining us today and increasing the excitement of this momentous occasion. I am thrilled to have you on board as we prepare to unveil the winners of 8 unique award categories. This is the second edition of our awards and our second live stream of winners ceremony. Those who watched us before might remember that I've had dozens of people joining in and out in a studio, and I also had some people being in person live with me here today, like Daniela was. So I had her with me last year, and as you can see, I'm here all by myself, only with this little award. But Daniela has the most loveliest reason for abandoning me here today, as she will soon become a mother. I can hear you cheering in front of your laptops, so let's send her the dearest regards. I know that you're watching, Danielka, and I know that you would wish to be here with me today, but you've been working on this for the whole year, so you can now rest assured and just enjoy the stream. Because we've got a fantastic show lined up for you all today. And I will guide you through the program, engaged with our esteemed judges and shortlisted companies. And keep in mind that this is a live event. Everything is happening in real time, including people joining us. And if you will miss it for any reason, you can rest assured that you will be able to rewind it and to look at it in our YouTube channel. So let's kick things off. And after this brief introduction, we will jump into the first panel featuring industry experts who acted as judges in our categories, which are the most impactful social responsibility initiative, the best implementation of RG tools, and the most ethical approach to marketing. Winners of these categories will be revealed after the panel, and this segment should last about an hour. After, it will be followed by a 5-minute break for you to stretch your legs or for me to have a sip of water. And then we will dive into the remaining categories which were judged by our own internal Casino Guru experts. The thrill is going to be unbearable as we will discover the winners in the most effective handling of complaints, the fairest bonus policy, the fairest general terms and conditions, and the most transparent casino. Thankfully, I will not be here all alone the whole time, as we will spice things up with exclusive live interviews with our Casino Guru judges. They are now waiting outside of the studio, impatient for their entry. At the end, the crowning moment of today's program is going to be the revelation of the winner in the Voice of the People category. As I said before, all winners will be revealed live during this event, so you should feel free to drop your questions in the YouTube comments or use Slido, which you will see on a screen. You can do it throughout the show, and if the time will allow, we will use it at the end of each panel and each segment and answer those questions. So before we dive in, I want to express the heartfelt gratitude to our media partners. AFPAPA, Casino Guru News, Casino Live and Business Magazine, Digital Gaming, GBC Time, The Gamblist, Hipter Agency, iGaming Future, iGaming Next, and SBC. So, are you ready for the roller coaster? I can see you cheering again. So let's not waste any more time. Stay tuned, grab your snacks, and we will kick off, as promised, with the first panel after a short break. So I'll be right back. Actually reveal the winners of the 3 categories, we will now have some short discussions with the selection of industry experts involved in the judging process. So these were basically the external judges for these 3 categories. And again, I'm talking about the most impactful social responsibility initiative, the most ethical approach to gambling, the most ethical approach to marketing, and the best implementation of RG tools. So, joining us live today is Joe Abergill, co-founder of Ethical Gambling Forum, James Bennett, Group Communications Manager at EveryMetrics, Eva Bakun, Director of Industry Insights and Engagement at Clarion Gaming, Jody Bechtold, CEO of Better Institute, Sven Kirk, Partner at SG Certified, Maris Catania, Senior Safer Gambling Consultant at SG Certified, James Spirve, Genius Gaming Consult. He acts as a Senior Consultant for Regulatory Frameworks, Daniel Iovici, Vice President at Rombet, Adrian Sladin, Managing Director at Seventh Wave Corporation Training, Kevin O'Neill, General Manager of Responsible Gaming Foundation, and Melissa Etherington, Vice President of Partnerships at Gamban. I should see them shortly in the screen so we can start engaging. Hello everyone. I cannot see you yet, but I'm very happy that you join us today. And as you've been, I can see you right now. I can see you right now and people can see you as well. So we have 6 people in. You know, since we are doing this live, the technical hiccups and the technical possibilities sometimes are not working 100%. So I will be happy to engage with you. So hi everyone, it's good to see you. I have a few questions for each of you to have some sort of engagement with people who are watching us. And I will start with Joe, as I know that Joe, you might have to leave sooner. So let's start with the first question. So how do the Casino Guru Awards contribute to the vision of making online gambling better and safer for the whole industry?
Okay, so I think the awards encourage better practice across the responsible gambling industry. And I think it's a great opportunity for operators and affiliates to showcase their initiatives in this space so that others can perhaps, collaborate and share those ideas and improve best practice. And I think the way the awards are done and the transparency of them contributes to that whole process.
Thank you very much, Joe. Thank you for your kind words. I will continue with Eva. Eva, over the years, have industry events become more cognizant of responsible gambling? And what positive changes do you see as a result?
So I'm definitely seeing an increasing focus at industry events on safer gambling, but also kind of more broadly looking at sustainability of the industry. But I also think that is clearly a reflection of the industry need to talk about that more and to improve their practices, to raise their standards, to learn about the innovations and to contribute to just really better practices as well. So, you know, as the organizer of ICE launched Consumer Protection Zone, you know, I'm seeing this as well being done by many other event organizers. And again, I just really think that is a reflection of the need of the industry to talk about this topic, learn more and share their practices, but also the questions and the challenges that they're facing.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for your contribution, Eva. I mean, naturally, the safer gambling has become the undisputed part of online gambling industry, and this applies to events as well. And I can experience it also from my own experience, that even the people who were not stopping at these areas before and are mainly interested in the commercial side are now basically finding their way into these areas and are curious and want to know more, and that's great. I will continue with you, Jody. I think I misspelled your surname incorrectly. I think it's Bechtold. I'm so sorry. But do you believe that operators are genuinely committed to achieving a high standard of responsible gambling?
You broke up a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Okay, so I was asking if you believe that the operators are genuinely committed to achieving high standards of responsible gambling.
I do. I think the ones that were willing to become nominees and submit, you know, their reasons why they think they should deserve this award, and then attended when we had our live judging events, I think that all speaks to the higher standards, and that they know this is something everyone wants to talk about and that we need to talk about. So I really appreciate the transparency and the time dedicated to talking about this. It's very important.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you, Jody. Adrian. Hi, Adrian.
Hi, Shimon.
Hi. So, questions connected with the awards. You have sat as a judge for a number of awards over the past 2 years. How do you feel about the Casino Guru Awards?
I think, Shimon, the Casino Guru Awards are a watershed moment for the industry in terms of the openness of the process, but also the commitment of those who've actually applied to be part of these awards. I think those of us who've been on the circuit, if we can call it that, for a number of years, will tell you that not every entry in previous award ceremonies have actually stood up to being measured. There has been some lack of transparency in the process. But I like to think that the Casino Guru Awards, because of the nature of the judges and the way that we're talking to people, not just asking for a written entry, but actually talking to people, having them explain around things like impact, and genuinely having those questions from the panel that are a bit more searching than simply just putting in a PowerPoint that you've had on your records for a couple of years. So I think that's the significant difference. And I also think after last year's event as well, it's something that's now garnered a lot more interest in terms of what it actually represents for the industry. So without blowing our own trumpet, I think we're doing quite a good job, Shimon.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Adrian. Basically, yes, I mean, chasing this transparent process comes with the challenges of their own, as we have experienced during the time. But that is something that can be improved and is improving at the time, and ensuring the integrity of the awards is one of the goals here. So thank you very much for your insight. Now moving forward with Kevin, the question a little bit away from the Casino Guru Awards. How can we ensure that the RG principles were not just another box to tick, but were completely baked into the company business?
Well, this experience has taught me. It was a great experience where obviously I met with my peers, and I felt that I was essentially standing on the shoulders of giants. I really value the time I spent in Bratislava during the whole process. the effectiveness of promoting responsible gambling was at the forefront. It was evaluated how well the tools promote responsible gambling, and obviously we considered the impact that these tools might have on users and their effectiveness, including, if possible, evidence of reduced gambling harm. Also, we wanted to look at innovative approaches. We looked for innovative features that in the RG tools that set them apart from others. So innovation can be in the form of technology use, engagement strategies, or indeed even novel ways of addressing responsible gaming.
Thank you very much, Kevin. Going forward with James Bennett, with the lady in the middle, I was given the list. I'm sorry, from every matrix, right? So the question for you is, what key insights can participants take away from their involvement in the Casino Guru Awards, even if they don't win in their specific categories? Now I get it. I have changed the names because I do not have the lady on the bottom side, in the middle, right, left to Eva. I do not see the names. I'm sorry. And so the question for you. Okay, moving forward to Joe. So Joe, I'm gonna go with a second question, which is, in what ways can operators and industry professionals further promote responsible and proactive business practices to achieve an even greater impact? Joe, did you hear the question? I cannot hear you.
Hi, sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't very clear at the beginning.
Of course, I'm sorry. So in what ways can operators and industry professionals further promote responsible and proactive business practices to achieve an even greater impact?
So I think really, I mean, from what I've seen in my experience working with many leadership teams in gambling companies over the years, is that it's still all quite fragmented, and there needs to be more communication between kind of all the different parties and stakeholders, which obviously we're trying to help with the Ethical Gambling Forum. But like the safer gambling teams and the RG teams are very, very passionate about what they do. And sometimes there's a bit of a disconnect there with the C-level, who obviously have to answer to the shareholders at the regular board meetings. And I think generally what needs to happen is that there needs to be a culture change within the organizations. And it goes back to the question that you asked, Kevin. We want to move responsible gaming away from a kind of box ticking thing to, please the regulators, to something that is a real cultural change, because it's morally the right thing for operators to do.
Mm-hmm. Right. Undoubtedly, morally the right things, but the things that goes into way is the commercial interest, right? Which should be and can be overcome by chasing for the sustainable business and going into having a healthy database of players, which unfortunately does not bring, or most probably does not bring, the positive results immediately. So there needs to be patience. Going forward with Jody again, the second question is, I'm curious if projects within the industry, like Casino Guru Awards, can potentially motivate positive changes all across the industry, from consumers to business.
No, I think that's a very great question, Shimon. I think that this is so new and it's still very early for so many operators and people in the industry and consumers to even learn about. I think that there's so many opportunities to get consumers to have more of a voice in what responsible gambling needs to look like and to have influence in what that looks like. And I agree with Joe, the culture is so important across the board. Without that culture from the top down, bottom up, and side to side, consumers really just don't understand how the operators and people in the industry could be there to help them, could be there to make sure that they keep it safe and a form of entertainment, and could also be there to identify those who are displaying more problematic behaviors and get them the information they deserve sooner before it becomes more of a problem or it becomes too late for them. So I think it's very early right now, but I think there's so much opportunity to continue with this. And I think Casino Guru is doing a fantastic job of getting people to come together and have those important conversations.
Thank you very much, Jody. I personally see it as a long-term process in which the industry is going to be evolving on a different pace in its different areas. But ultimately, I think that the influence and the things that are working and things that are positive is going to be spilling over the whole industry.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Going back to Adrian. Adrian, the second question is, do you believe that the industry is on the right track when it comes to the integrating responsible gambling to the organization's broader goal, such as their ESG strategy?
Just repeat the last piece of the question, please, Shimon. That just drifted off there somewhere.
Basically, the question is asking whether you feel like the process of implementing the right RG strategies towards the ESG strategies of the companies is going well. So whether the RG can be part of the broader ESG perspective and their commitments within the industry.
Thanks, Shimon. Yes, so given that you and I wrote an online course for ESG and safer gambling last year, your question is very pertinent indeed. And as you'll know, we host the Ethical Gambling Forum in Gibraltar, which has had its focus for the last 2 years firmly on ESG. So it's a very good question for the industry. Some people, I think, still wish to talk about CSR, and clearly things have moved on from there. But I think it's still very early doors for the industry with regard to ESG. We see a lot of people who will talk a very good game, but when you begin to scratch the surface, particularly of environmental credentials, you find them lacking somewhat. And again, with the kind of the social impact piece as well. Some of you will have heard my rant a couple of years ago about how we give out donuts, for LGBTQ plus month or Black History Month, and are seen to be doing a good thing and ticking a box. But until that thread is all the way through the company, and to use a word that a couple of people have used here as well about culture, I think we're still very, very early doors for the industry, which is an opportunity actually rather than a criticism, because there is a massive, massive chance now for the industry to paint itself in a much more positive light around safer gambling as part of that whole ESG strategy.
Yeah, indeed. I remember when I was attending the conference last year that it really stood up as basically the ESG is providing the tools and the ways how to implement the RG strategies and things that are important in the area into the company processes and also the culture. So I think there is a great potential in it, and basically it's giving up the roadmap how to do it. It might be a little bit robust for some companies, but then it comes to people like you to divide it to a smaller size and explain and basically do it right. Kevin, I have another question for you, which is related to what you've said when you were doing those little interviews with my colleagues during the awards gathering. So you said that you will look for an authentic interest in the players' well-being in Casino Guru Awards. So the question is, did the shortlisted candidates meet your expectations?
Yes, surprisingly, it was very, very difficult, as you well know, obviously, because you were there, to delineate all contenders. Were in for a chance, and many a time we were in two minds who to choose. It was a very, very difficult decision this year, I feel, which stimulated, great discussion between us, the judges, and considering the criteria, which were quite strict in my opinion, we ensured that obviously we made a thorough evaluation of the entries for the award for the best implementation of our G tools. So we highlighted effectively those that make a significant impact on promoting safer gambling practices. So indeed, it was a very high level this year.
Yeah, I was impressed as well. We've had some of the shortlisted companies which were repeating their attendance from the last year, and at some of them I saw a real progress into what they are going to be providing us during the calls. And for me personally, they were very important to get the whole feeling of the people who are representing the company and be able to make the right decision from my mind. Closing this up with Eva, with the second question, which comes to the Casino Guru Awards again. So, to what extent do you believe that Casino Guru Awards approach for evaluating responsible gambling has influenced the industry events?
I think we need to. It's really important that we share best practice and that we reward as well successes in that area. I think it really gives those companies that are truly committed and that have had good examples that they want to share with the rest of the industry. I really think it gives the opportunity to those companies to have an impact on the broader conversation, but also on the actions taken by other organizations. We're seeing obviously a growing interest in these awards and many other or other awards, just generally, not necessarily just in the area of safer gambling. And we're seeing, big numbers of submissions that really is a testament of the importance of those awards and the impact that they can make in terms of building and creating those role models.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. I have also noticed that in the past 2 years or so, that when I was submitting nominations for the awards, for the Casino Guru ones, I noticed that almost everywhere was the responsible gambling category implemented. And the best thing about that was that there were so many shortlisted companies. So companies are interested in showing off what they've been doing and achieving, which is very good. Thank you very much for your contribution. I didn't expect to deplete all my questions with you, but since now it's only 3 of you, so we are running out of time for this particular panel. So thank you very much again. I'm happy that you've joined me. I'm happy that you were able to share your insights, and most importantly, I'm very happy that we had the honor to have you on board as judges for these categories.
Thank you, Shimon.
Thank you.
Good luck to all the contestants, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye. All right. So we have closed the discussion with the panels of judges. And now we can proceed forward, as I can imagine that you all are very impatient to reveal the winners. So without further delays, perhaps just a small one, we are going for the moment that you have all eagerly awaited to unveil the winners of these first 3 categories. But before we will dive into this kind of excitement, let's take a look at the short video we prepared. It will take you behind the scenes of the Casino Guru Awards judges gathering, which we had in Bratislava last year. So enjoy it and see you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're ready for the announcement of the winners of the first category of today, the most impactful social responsibility initiative. In response to the escalating importance of safer gambling and player protection, we established this category to honor the organizations whose social responsibility truly shines among other nominees. Our discerning judges diligently evaluated projects and initiatives of varying scales, both completed and ongoing. They assessed submissions based on criteria such as intent, potential positive impact, execution or current status, results, and of course, positive impact on the general public. Additionally, the panel of judges examined extra efforts made to convey responsible gambling insights to new and prospective players, scrutinizing the tools and channels to achieve this goal. Furthermore, shortlisted companies were given the opportunity to supplement their nominations with materials and prepare presentation during an online call with the judges. As we were talking before, this was happening in Bratislava in November. So during this session, they were able to directly showcase their efforts and engage with the judging panel, which opened up the possibility to ask questions and to get this right feeling from the companies. And undoubtedly, this will have a high impact on the final winner. So let's announce the shortlist, who has made it to the shortlist with these companies. So we have Atlantic Lottery, Betting and Gaming Council, Fortuna Entertainment Group, Mindway AI, and Ardentify. And we also have some of the shortlisted companies with us today, joining us remotely. So let me welcome Zdeněk Grunt from Fortuna Entertainment Group. He acts as a product manager and DPO. Rasmus Kjærgaard, CEO of Mindway AI. Daniel Brooks, the CEO of Ardentify, and Daisy White, Business Development Manager of Ardentify. Happy to see you. Now I have you on screen. So how are you doing? I cannot see Daniel with us. I guess it's just you, Daisy.
Yeah, it's just me. Sorry.
Oh, at least you are supplementing it right among the two gentlemen. So I'm very happy to have you here with me today. So how it goes, some of you have experienced it last year. So you will now be given the opportunity to showcase yourself a little bit, to say a few words about the company, and perhaps more importantly, why do you think you should be the winner, or what makes you the right company for this particular category? And I will start with you, Daisy.
Okay, perfect. Firstly, thank you obviously for the opportunity. It's fantastic to be able to explain about Ardentify and what our plan is to work with operators around the globe to assist with safer gambling, player protection. So in Ardentify, we specialise working with the customer support teams, the RG teams, the QA teams, basically to implement our tools to monitor in real life time how customers are coming across, any high risk, harmful communications. With the regulations changing as well, we've gone down the route of our RG bot, which basically we implement into the flows of how the operator wants to work. It works on live triggers. So, for example, if you was to go to Mindway AI, they have their behavioural triggers. Our bot would pop up instantly and communicate with the players, but not only, you know, just to, like Joe said previously, not to just tick boxes in an RG sense, but we do it to ensure that there's an immediate reaction with harmful players, but to also build that relationship and build a profile around the player, find out about them through the chat, not just how are you dealing with your funds, what's going in, what's going out. We try and work with companies to build that relationship between the operator and the player, but to also ensure that they've got that support through the whole process.
Thank you very much, Daisy. Let's continue with Rasmus. Please tell us about Mindway AI if someone doesn't know.
Yeah, Mindway AI, we are a RD solution provider based on a scientific spin-out of Aarhus University in Denmark, utilizing the very broad digitization foundation we have in Denmark. So we are scientific based, and we provide software and develop software approaches to detection and monitoring of gambling behavior based on AI, neuroscience, and in combination with research and human psychologist assessment. We have two solutions. We have a neuroscience-based self-test as a card game, which is deployed in different websites globally, including also a nationwide setup with the National Council on Problem Gambling in the US and in many European countries as well. Our major solution is our game scanner monitoring or gambling behavior detection system, where the idea is to clarify the picture of how the gambling behavior looks like on each active player each day. And to be able to do so, we utilize a lot AI, but not AI in the common sense of black box AI. It's explainable AI, it's AI with a human touch, AI in combination with psychologist assessment. So we very thoroughly clarify this picture of the gambling behavior, and in the very few % of the cases where the gambling behavior is at risk or problematic, we of course also give insights in what is actually the reason for this, as well as acting into how to deal with it as an operator. So we instruct operators, RG teams as well, to how to deal with it both manually and automated when it comes to communication and intervention. We do so currently in 37 countries, and Game Scanner currently roughly detects 7.5 million active players a month.
Yeah, I remember that at the nomination, what stood out was the cooperation with National Council on Problem Gambling and other companies, through which you are able to deliver not the game scanner, but the Gamelize to the players worldwide, where they can basically assess the riskiness of their gambling. Exactly. Thank you. Zdeněk, tell us about Fortuna Entertainment Group, briefly please, and what makes you the right candidate for the winner?
Okay, thank you. So Fortuna Entertainment Group is the, let's say, the biggest operator on the gaming market within the CE region. We operate in Poland, Czech Republic, Slovakia, Romania, where we have 2 brands, and in Croatia. The main reason why we, let's say, be the one is that we are just trying to establish the, let's say, long-term relationship with our customers. And we would like to really also focus on let's say, real measures, which let's say is one of the reasons why we created our own RG program. We are collaborating with real experts from the markets. We are also cooperating with the Institute of Gambling Control in the Czech Republic, with the psychologists, with real experts, and trying to, let's say, get their knowledge and implement it into our RG program and build a long-term relationship with our customers.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Zdeněk. So I think that we can proceed to the revealing of the winner. I will then have the opportunity to talk with just the winner, so I will thank you all and say farewell to those with whom I won't see with them anymore. And congratulations to all of you who has made it to the shortlist. And thank you for having the effort and making the nomination and engaging in the calls. It's something that truly creates the Casino Guru Awards. So I have this golden envelope which has the name of the winner for the first category, which will take home this very pretty glass. So let's see. Fortuna Entertainment Group. Congratulations.
Amazing. Thank you.
Congratulations. I have it here that it goes for the activities and all the implementations which are going above of the required standards by the regulators or within the market. So Zdeněk, congratulations. How do you feel? What this means to you?
Thank you very much. It's a really great message, and it seems that we do something good, and definitely we are on the good path, and we will continue and with more effort to improve our RG program and as I mentioned, the relationship with our customers. So thank you for that, and very great news for us.
Thank you. And we are sending also the congratulations to Eva. We understand that she's in a very similar spot as Daniela with the children, so congratulations. And actually, I have one question from Slido, from you, Zdeněk, which came up, and it basically is asking if you can summarize what you have done in 2023 in just one sentence, what it would be.
We fine-tuned our RG program, which were developed here in the Czech Republic with the institute and with the psychologists, and we try to roll out it to other countries where we operate and include entire company, meaning not just only board members, but customer support, retail, everyone in the company, and we succeed.
Thank you very much, Zdeněk, and congratulations to Fortuna Entertainment Group again.
Thank you very much.
So, we have the first winner, we have the first category behind us. So, we're going to be moving forward to the second category with a very short break again. The second category will be the best implementation of RG tools. So, we're going to see each other and shortlisted companies in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone. Get ready for the exciting revelation of the winner in the second category, which was evaluated by external judges, the best implementation of responsible gambling tools. This category shone a spotlight on responsible gambling tools and their utilization. In this unique award, the judges evaluated both in-house and external tools employed by applicants, considering various criteria. Beyond assessing the number and quality of responsible gambling tools, the panel delved into their visibility and accessibility to players. Finally, they were looking into implementation, so the design, how people can engage with them, and also how these tools are promoted to these players. Also, finally, looking into statistics or usage among players, which were showing the impact of their activities. What makes this category particularly special is its inclusion of companies not just involved in offering gambling activities, but also those who are implementing RG tools within the scope of their solutions in different ways. To be precise, we are not solely discussing deposit, time, or loss limits. We are considering any tool or software that offer the potential to reduce the risk of gambling harm, including the analysis and evaluation of players' gambling activity and behavior. That being said, we will have two winners for this category. One for the developers of RG tools and one for the best use of these tools by operators. You hear right? We are doubling the number of winners here. But let's take a look at the shortlisted companies first. Fortuna Entertainment Group, LNL Europe, Mindway AI, Necton, Pavilion Payments, Rocket Play Casino, and Soft2Bet. As it was before, I again have some of the shortlisted companies joining me here live. So again, we have Rasmus Killegard from Mindway AI. Hi, Rasmus. We have Matthew Curtis, the head of responsible gambling at LNL Europe. We have Zdeněk Grund from Fortuna Entertainment Group, again, product manager and DPO. Elizabeth Isaacson, head of regulatory and compliance for Soft2Bet. Hi, Elizabeth. It's good to see you again.
Hello.
And Mikitas Volenboyski, VIP Service Department Supervisor at Rocket Play.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Hi, thank you for joining. It's good to see you here in the studio, even though remotely. So we're gonna go with the same thing as we went before, although we will shorten it up with Rasmus and Zdeněk, as they were explaining us for the previous category. If you could emphasize this one for specifically the RG tools. It's gonna be different for Zdeněk, as he's among the operators, and for Rasmus, but I will rely on you that you will handle it. So let's start with Rasmus. We already heard about Mindway AI, so why do you think that you are the right candidate for the winner of RG tools, best implementation?
Well, it's a matter of how you look at RG tools in the normal common sense. That is kind of tools offered to players on websites, and this year for us we have seen a significant rollout of our self-test as a card game neuroscience solution called Gamealized, where we have created a much more engaging, less biased, and absolutely more actionable self-test in a form of a card game, where we assess based on neuroscience theory the decision making when gambling, giving the player advice afterwards. We have seen this rolled out to a lot of different jurisdictions, and I mentioned in the earlier presentation also the first ever safer gambling or responsible gambling tool going nationwide in the US together with National Council on Problem Gambling. We also have it deployed with the National Dutch Helpline as the prioritize one self-test opportunity next to a couple of questionnaire-based solutions. So that could be definitely a significant change for us the last year. And of course, also in a more backstage consideration of RG tools, detection of monitoring of the gambling behavior, as I explained a little more in depth for the category before. Our game scanner solution based on AI and psychologist assessments, both of them we provide it every day, day in, day out. We don't do anything else than RG. We do not combine RG with other stuff like some of our colleagues in this part of the industry does. So we are truly living and breathing RG with the tools we provide.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Rasmus. So you are the only one from the category of the developers or solution providers who are joining us today. Right next to you, there is Necton and also Pavilion Payments, which was very interesting, and I'm sorry that they are not joining us today because their basically solution was through the payment methods, which is very interesting, and the debate regarding the limits within the payment methods has its impact. So we will move to the category among the operators, and since I was already engaging with Zdeněk, so please tell us why your company should be the winner for this category with emphasis on the responsible gambling tools.
Yeah, thank you. I would say that we have great tool which is called FPP tool, for Fortuna Player Protection Tool, which is in our own hand, meaning that we are able to very simply fine-tune the rules, fine-tune the markers of harm, implement any, let's say, technical changes and stuff like this, which, let's say, give us great space for future development of the tool. However, also for the fine-tuning of the markers of harm, because customer behavior is a little bit different in each markets. So we can cover all our markets where we operate, and everything is done very easily and very fast. We also monitor, let's say, all activities of the customers. So we are not focusing on just, let's say, dedicated part of the activity, like for the gaming, sportsbook, or deposits, withdrawals. But we monitor all the behavior which might be somehow related to the RG, and then we are able to very easily evaluate and segment the customers to define segments and apply predefined actions, which might be, for instance, some contact from us, stop marketing communication, and etc., etc.
Thank you very much, Zdeněk. Moving forward to only lady in this panel, Elizabeth, if you could tell us something about Soft2Bet. I'm sure that many knows the company, but what do you think makes the Soft2Bet the right candidate for the winner in the category of RG tools implementation?
First of all, thank you so much for the nomination and the invite. It's truly appreciated. I think that one of the things that makes Soft2Bet stand out is that we're a little bit of a challenger in the industry. We don't have the same history that a lot of the tier ones have, for example, but we put a great deal of effort into developing and improving our own responsible gambling tools. So similarly, we have alert systems in place for detecting activity. We have RG scoring of all of our customers, and we built I think a very good and whole approach around the customer. So it is including the monitoring of all of our customers, flagging customers where they may be at risk, and then also implementing interaction systems in order to reach out to the right customers, taking preventive actions if needed, and hopefully in fewer cases, but it sometimes is necessary. We also train all of our staff, obviously, because I think knowledge is key in this area. So we have expert staff that knows how to use the tools. We have expert staff that knows how to properly interact with our customers. We have expert staff that understands which customers should be flagged if they're not picked up, let's say, by an automated tool or a flag alert, because sometimes it can be in communication as well. And we work really hard on educating our customers, because I think the tools themselves are often very similar between the sites, like you mentioned, deposit limits, loss limits, etc. It's very important to also educate the customers through the information on the website or in direct communication with customers in order for them to really understand how to use the tools to manage their own gaming experience the best. And then we're working very hard on, more so even now, the impact analysis to understand how our processes and our tools actually are working, to kind of feedback into what we're building and continue the improvement.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth. It sounds like there is a complete cycle into developing, promotion, monitoring, and looking for results, which sounds really great. Matthew, please tell us about LNL Europe. You were shortlisted for this category even last year, and I remember also the contribution during the panel. It was very well prepared. So tell us a bit more about LNL and why you should be the winner.
Yeah, of course. So even since the last Casino Guru Awards, we have greatly enhanced our responsible gaming measures across the board, to be honest with you. We've sailed through our most recent UK compliance assessments without any trouble. We've continued our clean record of operating without any penalties or investigations. We're by no means the biggest operator in the space, but our presence for responsible gaming far outweighs our tier as an operator, I believe. We've managed to strike a really good balance between freedom of choice for the customers while still offering really great levels of protection, and I don't think this is an easy feat at all. Nowadays, almost every single customer gets limits and tools applied, but they're implemented in a way that includes customer choice, and these limits will work across our whole platform, which includes 9 brands. And we feel this is something that obviously separates us from quite a lot of the industry there. Although we have passed our most recent assessments, that doesn't really mean that we're stopping development of our processes. Even now, our development pipeline is just full of enhancements to how customers are detected, interacted with. We're implementing new technologies, and we think that 2024 will be our best year yet in terms of customer protection. In terms of some data points, perhaps, Shimon, that you mentioned before, from 2022 to now, we've observed massive increases to certain customer metrics in terms of responsible gaming. And this gives us a lot of assurances that we're on the right track in terms of what we're developing. So more than 1/3 of our entire customer base have tools applied currently, 100% for high-risk customers. We have an almost 100% interaction rate for customers across board. And when you combine all these things together, I think it really emphasizes just how much weight we put behind responsible gaming and the measures that we've implemented. It's obviously been a very long road to get to this point. Lots of innovation and creativity, which sometimes weren't implemented in the most commercial sense. At some points, completely kind of destroying parts of the business. Yet we didn't let this deter us from striving to be the best. We pushed forward to emerge as a very compliant business that's still growing in the industry. It was very hard fought for, and it's something we're very proud of.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Matthew, for the introduction. And now concluding with Mikita. Tell us about Rocket Play and also about your implementation of RG tools.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's a great pleasure to stand alongside all of these contenders, all of us that made it here. And especially, I would like also to thank that everybody has managed to highlight such important principles. First and foremost, I would also like to bring the words of Lisa that said that there are many RG tools, but there is a critical principle of how you implement them. And at Rocket Play, we certainly strive to analyze key metrics on what makes the customer critical, and furthermore, if the customer gets flagged, we are acting proactively. So we are trying to communicate with the customer. Furthermore, we analyze the interactions with the customer. If the customer expresses certain words, we of course flag them and then communicate with the customer. So our approach is proactive in terms of RG tools. We strive to contact the customer if he displays any concerns. Now, in terms of the general tools, I would say we have improved quite a bit since the last year. There have been a lot of implementations of just technical features. New limits were introduced into our platform, and of course, we have been informing our customers about their availability. We also strive to tailor the particular RG tools for particular customers. So we try to identify the issue and then provide the specific RG tool that suits their interests best. That's something I would like to share about our platform. And now I would like to give the word back to you, Simon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mikita. I'm happy to see you among the other shortlisted companies, coming from the jurisdiction where the requirements for the safer gambling and player protection is not that comprehensive. Doing proactive stuff and trying to protect the customers as going beyond what is required, I think it's a very good thing that also we have you here among the others. All right, so that was the introduction. Thank you very much for your insights. We will have to move forward into revealing the winner. Again, only the winner will remain here live show during the stream. So I'm gonna thank you all. I'm gonna say farewell. Actually, it's gonna be two of you, right, as I mentioned before. So we will see each other with two of them. Thanks to everybody who has joined. I'm so happy for your nominations and that you took the effort to participate in the awards. So let's proceed with the announcement of the winners of these categories. So for the category among the solution providers or developers, the winner is Mindway AI, especially for their implementation of Gamalize and yes, and their improvement into risk assessment of players' activity, and LNL Europe for their outstanding results into increase of usage of the RG tools and overall implementation inside of their player base. So, thank you. This is very pleasing to hear applaud. So congratulations to both of you. I'm happy to see your smiling faces.
Beaming smiles from me, Simon.
As it was with the winner with the previous award, I would like to start with you, Matthew. What does this mean to you? How do you feel at this moment?
Yeah, honestly, this is the first award that I've ever won for anything in my life, let alone as a business. So honestly, it's quite amazing. My first reaction was surprise, pleasant surprise. I can only really say thank you. I think I really speak for everyone at LNL when I say that we truly value this award. This is the second time we've applied, and it's really nice to take the win on this occasion. Special thanks to the judges for acknowledging the work that we've done. As I mentioned, this is our first award for responsible gaming, and I do feel it is very well deserved. That being said, I know we did have some stiff competition, and that makes winning all the more satisfying, to be honest with you. I'll end on a nice note just by thanking you all again, to the judges and Casino Guru for their consideration, to thank my colleagues and team at LNL, who are instrumental, to be honest, in getting us this award. Special thanks to our CEO, Chris Darley, who without him wouldn't have been able to mold the company into what it is now, which is a very responsible gaming, forward-thinking company.
Thank you.
We'll be using this as positive reinforcement to continue our work in the space.
Thank you, Matthew, for your honest words. I'm happy that we could be your first. That's a real pleasure. And now, Rasmus, what do you have to say?
Well, first and foremost, I would like to congratulate Matt with winning the award. That was very well done, and of course to the rest of the impressive people and cases in this category. As a defending champion, it's always great to win the the trophy once again. And for us, it means a lot to both apply, get assessed, and ultimately also take prizes in awards like this, because it is industry peers judging this, many of who I happen also to know personally, and know that it's not just something that you easy win. You need to be able to present something great, and maybe even beyond that as well. So for us, it means the world, also to get the recognition that follows in what we do day in and day out of this as well. It's a great extra addition to our motivation and purpose on enhancing the gambling industry on player protection.
Right. Even though you need to take an effort and to be showcasing the real results, I think you are quite well experienced into sending nominations and also winning the award. So hopefully we will see you in the next edition as well. So these small or big glasses are going to be arriving at your locations in the upcoming weeks. So congratulations again. Thank you very much for sending the nominations, participating in the calls, and also being here with me today. Take care and see you soon, hopefully.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we are at the end of the second category. We are a little bit over time, so I'm not going to be delaying this any further. We will continue with the third category in this section, evaluated by external judges. It's going to be the most ethical approach to marketing, which is a very new addition to Casino Guru Awards this year. So see you in a moment. Welcome back. You had the opportunity to see what is prepared for you in the program. Before I will go forward with the next category, I'm going to remind you that you can use Slido to sending out your questions. You can also do it among the comments of YouTube, but Slido works very well, so you should see the information about Slido just beneath me, so feel free to use it. And now I'm going to be announcing the third category, and we're going to announce the winners. We're going to talk with the shortlisted companies, and it's going to be the most ethical approach to marketing. So, most ethical approach to marketing. This category is designed to acknowledge iGaming companies demonstrating a robust commitment to responsible marketing practices. The panel of judges, the external judges, assessed the style and content of marketing efforts, including newsletters, social media campaigns, and other materials, emphasizing ethical practices and responsible messaging. Nominees were evaluated based on their strategies and tactics employed to promote their products and services. They must have illustrated how they guarantee that their marketing accurately portrays the risk associated with gambling, emphasizing transparency, truthfulness, and the absence of any misleading information. We have a couple of companies shortlisted for this category, and you are about to hear them at this moment. It's Clarion Gaming, Evoplay, Palms Bet, Rocket Play Casino, and Soft Swiss Managed Services. We have a couple of these companies joining us live today. So let me welcome again Mikita Zvolenboyski, VIP Service Department Supervisor at Rocket Play Casino. We welcome Eva in a slightly different role, but it's good to see you again. Eva Bakun, Director of Industry Insights and Engagement at Clarion Gaming. And also we have Volha Halota, PR Manager of Soft Swiss. Congratulations for getting to the shortlist and thank you for joining us today. Again, the same thing, each of you introducing a little bit of your company, and for Mikita, it's going to be emphasizing this specific category as Rocket Play was shortlisted also for the best implementation of RG tools. That being said, we can start with you, Mikita. Tell us about your ethical approach to marketing.
So, frankly, ethics is a priority of our team. And when we create campaigns, we primarily consider the emotions that players will experience and the impressions they will take away. It's important for us to deliver an honest, open, transparent, and understandable message. Additionally, we strive to entertain the player in an environment-friendly way, making their time on the project enjoyable. Some particular ways we do that is that, for example, in our communications, in our marketing communications with the players, we deliver certain messages such as play responsibly, know your limits. We try to showcase our ethics in that way because we feel like this is an ethical thing to do. Furthermore, we also try to deliver the transparent marketing material. So either the players have full access to what they're being offered in the marketing material, or they are provided with clear guidelines on how they can access the full scope of what's the offer we are bringing to the table. So these are perhaps the key points how we are being ethical in our marketing approach.
Thank you very much, Mikita. Going forward to Volha, please tell us about your approach to marketing with Soft Swiss.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much for invitation, and I'm really proud to be here and present Soft Swiss because we are really proud to be shortlisted at this category. In the iGaming industry, where the player comes first, Soft Swiss Managed Services stands out for its communications and commitment to responsible gambling practices. At Soft Swiss, we believe that online gambling should always be about fostering a player-centric environment. We player support, player retention, player reactivation are their teams from managed services product that involve direct communication with the players and are the perfect showcases of Soft Swiss transparency and care about our users. Well, their figures speaks volumes, and I should say that we have really good figures to share with you. For example, maintaining the unsubscribe rate of our retention tip marketing emails is lower than 1%. Our VIP player base increased by 18% last year, and we are demonstrating a really high, practical 30% increase in the usage rate of our special offers from the reactivation team over the past year. I should also say that we really take care of education of our specialists, and for example, I should say that our anti-fraud team practically over 90% of the team hold different certificates from different institutions such as Game Care, Gambling Operations Academy, Sustainable Interaction. But you know, it's just the top of the iceberg because the real reasons for SoftSwiss unwavering commitment to responsible gambling practices rooted in our robust company values, such as we see people and we care. We really see people in our company and outside the company. If it is a biz dev manager or expert or player, we are very careful to all the communication and different researches. For example, a recent Kantar research made for our company showed really high results. For example, for a Filka biz dev managers, more than 9 points out of 10, and we are really proud of these figures. And what concerns responsible gambling tools and issues, you know maybe that last year SoftSwiss presented a huge comprehensive report on 2024 iGaming trends, and responsible gambling has its place of honor among other vital trends. And while preparing this report, we were really impressed that the opinions on the importance of responsible gambling issues were split half by half. But we at SoftSwiss really think that responsible gambling matters, and here I want to highlight it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Volha, for the comprehensive evaluation and for the comprehensive introduction. Now coming to Eva. I guess you don't need to talk much about Clarion Gaming, but perhaps you can tell us more about the principles for ethical marketing within Clarion.
Thank you, Shimon, and thank you for inviting me to be part of this ceremony. And I'm really glad to have been shortlisted as well. Yeah, so Clarion Gaming were the organizer of ICE London that just took place around 2 weeks ago. That is the world's largest gambling exhibition and conference. But I'm not here to talk about ICE. I'm really here, and that's the subject of my entry, to talk about the Consumer Protection Zone, which has been a staple of ICE since 2018, and since then has grown into what currently is a very well-established feature of the show, and also something that our visitors rate as at the highest, right? So it receives the highest rating in terms of satisfaction and demand of all of the many features that happen over the 3-4 days of the show. So Consumer Protection Zone, as I said, established in 2018, is an area on the show floor, currently in a prime location. Basically, the first thing that visitors see as they go past registration, that is fully dedicated to safer gambling and also to broader topics, products, technology, services within the area of sustainability. It hosts around 20 pods, where a mix of charities and non-for-profit organizations and technology providers or product providers exhibit and showcase their solutions that help operators advance their practices and raise standards when it comes to safer gambling and industry sustainability. But outside of offering a space for the showcase, it is also a place for networking and discussions and debates. It has its own fully dedicated theater on the show floor, right next to the consumer protection zone, where over 3 days we host discussions on responsible gambling, featuring experts, and many of them you would have heard them speak today, and many have also have been part of the Casino Guru Awards. And also, really importantly, it's also a place that we use to raise funds that then get fully donated to a safer gambling charity. Over the last 4 or 5 years, we have raised over £230,000, and all of those profits have been donated to a number of charities and obviously finance those important services that they provide. So that's Consumer Protection Zone, which we entered for the Casino Guru Awards and for this particular category. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eva. I will proceed with the announcement of the winner because the time is shortening. So with those who I won't be seeing any further here, thank you very much for submitting your nomination. Thank you very much for being part of this. I was so happy to have the opportunity to talk to you. So let's proceed with the winner of the most ethical approach to marketing. The winner in this category is Clarion Gaming. Congratulations for making the Consumer Protection Zone the zone with the promotion of responsible gambling, but also for creating a space where funds can be raised for charities and making a huge impact in it.
Well, thank you so much.
Congratulations, Eva. Is there something that you would like to say?
Yeah, definitely. Because it is a space, yes, to kind of learn and network and find out what is new when it comes to safer gambling. But it also is a platform for the industry to show that it makes safer gambling, or it puts safer gambling at the heart of its activity. And I'm really happy to get this award. We celebrated Last Ice in London, which kind of obviously marks, at the end of a chapter for the show, but also for the Consumer Protection Zone, which we will continue in Barcelona, in 2025 and beyond. The move gives us opportunities to kind of redefine as well the Consumer Protection Zone, and indeed, our plans are. So it's kind of like a mark in the history of Consumer Protection Zone, and it's really great to receive this award. That marks, I suppose, the first chapter, and we're now ready for the next one.
Yeah. Thank you for your insight in this. I was going to ask about if there are any upcoming changes, but you kind of take it away from me and said to us. So I understand there is a huge opportunity at this moment.
Watch this space.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to see how it is going to evolve in Barcelona and also in other events connected with Clarion Gaming activities. There is a couple of questions from Slido, but unfortunately we do not have the time to answer them in this panel as we need to move forward. So I'm going to congratulate you again, Eva, and for the whole team working on the Consumer Protection Zone. This particular prize actually is the most ethical approach to marketing, so this is the one that is going to be arriving to your location. And thanks for being here with me. Thank for all the companies who has sent their nominations and were shortlisted. We're gonna need to move forward, and we closed the section with categories which were evaluated with our external judges. So we will need to move forward and get ready for the inside scoop, right? I'm not talking about the further categories now, but what's gonna come right after this. We're gonna have a short video. So now we've spilled the beans on the winners of the first 3 categories, but hold your horses just yet. Did you ever wondered about the wizardry behind the evaluation process of the shortlisted companies? So picture this, November 2023, you already saw a short video. This was happening in Bratislava, where our experts gathered for 3 days, dissecting the shortlisted companies in all 8 categories. And luckily for you, our cameras were there with you. So now you're gonna see a little bit of extended behind the scenes, a little bit of extended after movie of this gathering. So we were able to capture this thrilling moment. So brace yourself for this short after movie when you will see the judges' rendezvous and the transparent process that was behind it. It's gonna take around 3 to 5 minutes. Then we will continue with the most effective handling of complaints, getting into the section of categories evaluated by our internal judges. So stay with your laptops or phones or whatever device you are using and take a look at the movie. See you in a couple of minutes.
What's the judges' scoop on Casino Guru Awards? What makes our Casino Guru Awards judging process transparent and credible compared to other awards?
Other awards have been just a submission, a nomination, where there's no discussion, there's no collaboration. We don't know, the judges don't meet as, in such a cohesive group to really talk and ask the same questions of each of the nominees. So I found this process to be very comprehensive, very eye-opening in many ways, because so many people are brought together from different perspectives to ask the same question and looking for different approaches, different answers. So I find that to be very helpful.
I think the most important thing is getting a group of people together that are like-minded from many different aspects, from many different places, who are, I wouldn't use the word expert, but certainly have a number of years experience. I think that's what gives the validity to this process.
How was your experience in the judges' calls with shortlisted companies? In what ways does this interactive process add value to the evaluation, and did anything particularly stand out or need improvement?
I think bringing everybody together, even virtual, has been very helpful, because people do come with their own areas of expertise, even though we're all within the same industry. Different companies, different cultures, different countries, and understanding more about the in-depth understanding of RG maybe within each country. It's also helped to make sure that things are even, and we're not favoring one nomination over another because we know our country or our rules and our regulations more than another. So by bringing people from multiple regions of the globe together, I think that has enhanced being able to understand the nominees and whether they really are doing above and beyond.
I think this is the most vital aspect. So a number of awards get given all through the year, and you've no idea of quite how they're allocated. This undoubtedly, you've got a group of people that are involved in RG within the gambling industry that are very well known, coming together to discuss and have very meaningful conversations about not just the awards but RG in general and where the direction is going. So they're very wide-ranging conversations about people who really do know the subject matter, and I think that's really, really important. So yeah, the support and the validity that provides then to the award. The credibility is probably the best word that I can use.
As a judge, what do you think are the key reasons for companies in the industry to join the Casino Guru Awards? How does their involvement contribute to promoting excellence, transparency, and innovation in online gambling?
I would say it is very helpful to see the nominations and their willingness to answer such difficult and probing questions. It's very easy to see when someone doesn't have an answer, and it's very easy to see when someone is doing above and beyond because of the knowledge that they have and the enthusiasm when they answer the questions. So I find that to be very helpful. I think that these awards are not taken lightly. They're not just a fluff award, shall I say, and it really does start to raise the bar for people when they are considering even being nominated. They realize what rigor will be required for them to answer the questions, be able to have on the short list, be able to really get in depth in what they're doing, and it highlights the transparency of their ability to answer those difficult questions.
I think the participation is that through the validity and credibility of the judging process, people then will begin to think about RG in a more positive way and how they can meet the criteria of the awards. And yeah, in a wider aspect, because of the criteria that's being put forward, it's not just a tick box exercise, and RG should never be about tick box. It should be about a proactive process to actually how can the tools be put the wider goals of letting the clients know and then enacting with the clients the values of using the tools, and then a safety net. RG are there as a safety net, and this process of sharing knowledge and best practice, which undoubtedly the awards is a part of that process.
Solely. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving forward into the categories which were judged solely by our internal experts. The first category we will start with is the most effective handling of complaints. As we will talk about the complaints handling, we planned to have our complaints team leader, Petronella, with us here today. But unfortunately, she couldn't make it today with us, so we have Maciej Nowota, who is the head of the data and complaints team, with here us today, and we're gonna talk about the complaints handling and also the process of evaluating shortlisted companies. Maciej, it's great to have you here with me.
Hello, Shimon.
Hi.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you are here with me. Last year there was only Peter with me in the studio and also Daniela, but she left. So today you're gonna be exchanging, so I'm gonna have 3 people here with me, which is just great. So let's just dive into the questions I have prepared for you. So before we will dive into the revealing the winners of the category, I'm interested about the internal process. Can you tell us about Casino Guru Complaints Resolution Center? How it works with resoluting complaints?
Basically, in the beginning, we received lots of emails from the players which seeking help. And as our website become more and more popular, we realized that we cannot just solve these cases via emails. So we decided to create a system. We look like how our competitors solve the complaints, and we decided that we want to be unique. So we created the system, our own system, which we believe is like better, transparent, and fair. I'm proud to say that I'm kind of like father of this system. So I was working with this system like since the beginning, and it's not surprised that the system was very successful, and every year the number of the processed complaints or the complaints which we processed increased. And currently we have like 18 people who are dedicated to complaints. And just in January we processed more than 1,300 complaints.
That's a lot of complaints. I remember I was looking at these statistics from last year. I think it was above 12,000 complaints processed last year. Am I right?
Yes.
Indeed. Yeah, and I also remember the stories when you've been describing me how it went at the beginnings, when basically you were dealing with most of the complaints only by yourself. Now
with help of my deputy Joško, he was also a crucial part of my team, but it was all only via emails, and it was so much, so many complaints we received that we simply decided that we need to create a system. And I need to say this: the system is completely free of charge.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also very transparent, because every complaint, basically the discussion which is going on there is visible on the website, so people can take a look how the process went, what was the resolution, and what was the end of it. Perfect. Thank you for this introduction. So going a bit further into the evaluation process within the category, so can you share some insights into how the judging panel prepares for the Casino Guru Awards in this specific category? And I'm curious about what are the key considerations, what you are looking at with these categories to focus?
Well, for all the casinos which were nominated, we check all their complaints. We were looking on politeness, clarity of the messages, response times, and for the shortlisted categories, we were focusing more about how they can handle the complex complaints, about if they can look on the complaint from player's perspective, and basically mostly on the complex complaints. It was the deal breaker for us, because it's very easy for the casino to solve the easy complaint, but for some complex one, you see how they are think, what they if they are willing to do sometimes the compromise or something like that. So this was the key aspect, I believe, in the end of the decisions.
So having the ability to look into the issue by the player's eyes and see it from their perspective, and then make the right choice. That is very interesting. We were recently working on the course within the Casino Guru Academy, focus on the best handling of complaints. And I remember that at the last section we were providing tips on how to avoid complaints. But as a matter of fact, when we are having the discussions, it is very difficult to avoid the complaints solely.
Yeah, in some cases, yes.
Right. So you need to you need to learn how to get into this process and perhaps take the best out of it from the resolution.
Completely agree.
Yeah. Okay. So the next question: when receiving the shortlists for the awards, what factors stand out the most to the judges? Are there specific trends or innovations in the industry that caught your attention?
I can say yes, because in the beginning the casinos usually like reply to player like that player breached some term, not say anything specific, and the players were frustrated from this approach. Now I can see that more and more casinos, they choose the individual approach and like in explanatory way. So they want to explain to the player what's happened, why it's happened, because eventually if the player understands what happened, then he still can stay in the casino and play, while if they just tell him or write him something which he doesn't understand, then he probably move away and like choose different casino. And this is the key, I believe, how to solve the complaints. Be always polite, be always keep attention on clarity of the message, and willingness to do compromise. And in some cases, the casino really needs to realize that if even when the player breaches some term, what leads him to do so, and willingness to accept it. Like sometimes it's not purely player's fault, and there are casinos which are considering this too. So this I hope that this will be a new trend in like next few years.
Yeah, I remember it was highlighted in the course as well. So as an industry expert, what recommendations do you have for websites aiming to make it to the shortlist in this specific category in the upcoming years?
Okay, so rule number 1, be always polite. Always explain the player what's happened. And if the player disagree, then like recommend him to seek authority, or like in polite way tell him, okay, this is our decision. I'm very sorry, but if you want to proceed, you can contact the authority, and be able to look on the complaint from player's perspective. This is very important.
And what would you recommend as a procedure when the casinos are dealing with players who are trying to outsmart them and who are trying to get the upper hand, which is the case sometimes?
This is a very tricky question, because these players usually know what they are doing and they are very smart. And what to do is rule number 1, be always polite. Because if you are polite, then these players usually they want to have the outcome that they're trying to damage the reputation of the casino. But basically, if the casino is always polite, then it's like almost impossible to be punished, because the casino is like really making effort to solve the complaint, and in the polite way.
Yes.
And eventually these players will give it up.
Yeah, so whatever happens, the strong nerve is the right solution. Yes. All right, last question. The Casino Guru Awards has become a benchmark for excellence in the industry. What do you personally enjoy the most about the evaluation process, and how do you think it contributes to raising the standards in the online casino industry?
I'm always surprised, and especially in one category. It's like a bonus terms and condition category, because I see that now it's a trend that many casinos, they are trying to prevent players from making mistakes. And something like max bet, enforcing the max bet while the players are playing with bonuses was like impossible when I start doing in this business. And now at least several casinos, they enforce this max bet. Also restricted countries are now enforced. So many these little things literally preventing players to make a mistake. And I'm so happy that this is now trendy. That new casinos, especially new casinos, they are like keeping eye on preventing players from doing something bad.
Yeah.
And it's like nobody wants to read the terms and conditions, really.
Nobody does it.
Yeah, but
except of you.
Yes, especially with the casinos, it's like I think very great value of the casino when the players don't need to read them. So
right, yeah, I think that it should be underlined, because from my experience with, I'm not dealing with complaints personally, but basically I am part of the discussions which are going around the tricky complaints, and it is so often that players are basically falling into not the traps, but basically doing something out of not knowing that. They are amateur, they think that things work in a certain way, they wouldn't expect for a internet or entertainment activity some sort of difficulties. So I think it's very good that you are pointing this out. And thank you very much for sharing these insights. I think that it created very nice introduction for this award.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. And I'm going to be proceeding with the shortlisted companies for this specific award. So among the shortlisted, made it to a Bad Beast Casino, iWild Casino, King Billy Casino, Mega Party Casino, Rocket Play Casino, Roletto, Roy Spins, Vavada Casino, Vulcan Vegas, and Wow Partners. Out of these shortlisted companies, we have a couple of them joining us live today, and it's Eli Shelepenko, Head of Affiliates of WOW Partners. Hello. Further, it's Leon Zurep, Affiliate and VIP Manager at Bad Beast Casino. Daria, CPO at Mega Party Casino. Oksana Majdiuk, Games Team Lead at King Billy Casino. Ksenia, Affiliate Manager at Vavada. Mikita Zvolenboyski, VIP Service Department Supervisor at Rocket Play Casino. Hi, Mikita. Alexander, Casino Manager at iWild Casino. And Edgar, General Affiliate Manager at Roy Spins. And we also have Emil's Customer Relationships Manager at Roy Spins. So thank you very much for joining us today. Since it is 6 of you, we will go with a shorter introduction of the companies. From some of you, especially, specifically Mikita, we already have a company introduction. But please, if you can tell us a little bit more about what you are doing in order to have your complaints resolution process to be the most effective. And we can start with Eli. Please, Eli Shelepenko, WOW Partners.
Yes, hello guys, just 1 second.
Hi.
Yes, I'm head of affiliates of WOW Partners. And just a few words about the company. We are a fast-growing affiliate team. And of course, we take compliance very seriously. We have dedicated team, which is handling all the compliance. Of course, we are aligned with them. We receive them to email and then we redirect them. We also discuss each of them, and we always keep, polite manner, and we are trying to reply as soon as possible. Now we have some changes to the team. So I'm new head of affiliates here, and my new team will take everything as well super serious, and we will handle all the complaints like as soon as possible, as always.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Going forward with Leon, I'm sorry, if we can shorten it up a little bit more, because I received that information that we are very short on time at the moment.
No problem. I mean, we're a new company. I mean, we're very experienced when it comes to casino. My role is basically always trying to answer as fast as possible, always trying to provide the best solutions for the players, and always take the honest approach. So, I mean, that's basically our forte when it comes to handling complaints.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Going forward with King Billy Casino. Here we do not have I do not see the nameplates. I'm really sorry. Ksenia from Vavada. Still the nameplates. Okay, let's go with the Mikita. It's a safe bet. Mikita, tell us about the complaints resolution process and effectivity in it, please, shortly.
Thank you. Well, we definitely try to address all the complaints both externally and internally. So externally, that happens at platforms like Casino Guru, and we hope that our track record substantiates our claim. And internally, we of course try to also provide the response as soon as possible and let the customer know what exactly happened in each case, provide them with full scope of information, so keep them well informed. And the last one, if there is a, let's say, a complaint on the fence, we try to act in the best interest of the customer. So we try to meet them halfway. We try to negotiate with them if there was some case where we really see that there was no malice intent from the end of the customer. We are trying to be user-friendly in that way. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going forward with Daria, Mega Party Casino. Tell us about your complaints handling, please, shortly.
Hello team. It is a pleasure for us to see you all here and to be here. In fact, it is our first nomination from the Casino Guru, and thank you. Credit goes to you guys. Thank you very much. So from our experience and thanks to your platform, as for the first, we can swiftly address to our players' problems and complaints. And this year we devoted addressing our players' issues by actively listening and delivering quick resolutions. Our support team is working 24/7 for all over the world teams with the local languages. And we are here taking care of the players as a betting bot and casino project. And this is very important for us for several reasons. The first is the customer retention. The second is our reputation management, where we care a lot. And also we use the caring about the players as a competitive advantage, because in our area, on our markets, we really need to put more attention to the players. So thank you very much. We wish you all luck here.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Daria. Alexander, iWorld Casino.
Hello. First of all, I want to say thank you for opportunity to participate in your award. So last year we already met with you. We didn't win, and we certainly drew conclusions for ourselves. And during this year, we have improved the work of our staff on your wonderful forum. We have made a leap, closing all compliance promptly, always on the good side for us and for the player. We have all compliance resolved, 0 objections from the player, and of course, Casino Guru managers. We have a whole team working on the compliance from our side. A manager from us on the forum, a casino manager, and someone from support team. We try to get the necessary information quickly and accurately in order to give a detailed answer to the player. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Alexander, for your contribution. I can see Oksana has joined. So welcome, Oksana. Can you tell us just very shortly about your complaints resolution process within King Billy Casino?
You asked me for the nomination. Yeah, hello.
Hi. I'm curious about how you approach complaints in King Billy Casino.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I did not hear you there, actually.
Yeah, I was asking, how do you perceive your process of handling complaints? What is important to have it effective?
Yeah, you know, actually a lot of factors is important. They allow everyone, something wrong with connection. A lot of factors for us really important. First of all, one of the main reasons why we are here is our players, and that make a good service for them is the main reason. And of course, the main what we have to tell our users, you can play with us all the time, but you have to be responsible.
Yeah, thank you very much. And concluding this with Edgar and Emils, please, a few words from you guys.
Hey there. Thanks for having us. It's a pleasure to be here again this year here. So yeah, I'll keep it short. So basically, handling complaints effectively is our expertise, I would say. Our customer support swiftly addresses issues in real time through live chat, providing quick solutions for everyone. So if there are some more complex problems occurring, we have our dedicated complaints department that comes for an aid. So yeah, in short, in essence, we excel in a proactive, timely, and collaborative approach to handling complaints. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all your contributions, and thank you very much for joining us today. I'm happy that it's so many of you joining, because it's such an important topic dealing with player complaints, and I'm so happy to see such a positive response from you. I'm going to proceed to announcing of the winner. So hopefully I will be talking with one of you and have the opportunity to say a few words afterwards. If not, I'm very thankful again for submitting the nominations and participating in the process. So take care and hopefully see you soon. So the winner of the category of the most effective handling of complaints is Vulcan Vegas. Congratulations for their excellent complaint resolution process. As I understand, unfortunately, we do not have a representative from Vulcan Vegas with us here today. If I remember correctly, it's Vladimir. So we are going to be sending the award to him directly. Congratulations to Vulcan Vegas again. This gives us the opportunity to proceed to another award, because I was stretching up the time a little bit. So sorry for it. I hope to catch it up in the next one, which is going to be the Fairest bonus policy. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. We are diving into the category designed to spotlight operators which are excelling in their bonus policy. After deep analysis of bonus policies from countless casinos, our expert panel of Casino Guru judges set out to find the standout operator based on criteria like transparency, visibility of essential bonus information, and the fairness of bonus terms and conditions. So we are going to be announcing the winners of the Fairest bonus terms and conditions. And joining us in the studio today is Josef Kručaj, Deputy Head of Data and Complaints, who played the crucial role in evaluating the nomination forms and selecting the winner. Josef, welcome in the studio.
Hello.
Hey, I'm very happy to have you with me here. Counting Maciej, you, and there is going to be Peter as well. I'm so happy that I can share the studio with someone and we can talk about specific details of particular categories. So let's just start with the first question. Josef, having delved in thousands of bonus policies, right? You read these terms and conditions. What aspects do you find completely unacceptable in today's gambling world?
So as you know, in Casino Guru, we consider player safety as a main priority.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to take care of the players, and if they are genuine and act correctly, they should not end up losing their winnings. For example, there are special policies that we consider unfair, like betting strategies, like martingale, which is proven scam strategy, irregular betting patterns like lowering amount of bet after big win. And additionally, there is deposit and bonus ratio. So when a player reaches unsatisfactory ratio, he may end up losing the winnings. So if the casino can enforce this, let's say a player reaches unsatisfactory ratio and he is not able to claim further bonuses, player can end up not losing the winnings, and it's quite user-friendly decision.
Yeah, as we talked with Maciej, it can be very tricky for players with bonuses as well, because it's so complicated. I remember when we were preparing the course on the bonus terms and conditions, it took me a while until I was able to understand every aspect. And as a matter of fact, it's one of the most difficult courses in our academy when it comes to the test results. So it's really very tricky. But my question, which I want to further this, is did any of these red flags surface among the nominated companies to all the nomination that has arrived?
Of course, we did find some of these red flags or even similar conditions between the nominees, but we evaluate every casino, so they did not get into the shortlist.
I see. It seems that it is quite common to have one or more of these terms included in it.
Yeah, I agree. Like majority of casinos have similar conditions, but since our existence, more than 500 casinos managed to change those conditions for us, so it's a great result.
That's a good motivation for them, because that's the only way how they can change their rating. I mean, among others, but one of the majors. Going further, at Casino Guru, we emphasize playing in a safe and fair casinos. So what in your view characterizes a fair and a safe casino when it comes to bonus policy?
I would divide this into the fair casino and safe casino. Fair casino is not just about the fair bonus policies. It is also about how you interpret those conditions. Because from our experiences in complaints, we witnessed many times that even fair bonus policy for us is being misinterpreted or used unfairly. So fair casino is also about determining what is fair and enforcing individual approach when it's necessary. And safe casino is something more. Safe casino is taking an extra step to keep the players safe. So if they are not doing anything fraudulent, they may not end up losing their winnings.
I see.
For example, many casinos nowadays, as Maciej even mentioned in his previous interview, they are starting to enforce maximal bet rule. So when player tries to bet over the limit, he is just not allowed by the system. So he may not end up losing the winnings, because many players are not even aware that such condition exists. Or they just breach it unintentionally. So it's quite user-friendly decision. And fair and safe casino is combination of those two. It's individual and fair approach, and doing an extra step to keep the players safe, or at least provide visible information, because many times even maximal bet rule is hidden somewhere in terms and conditions, so it should be visible near the bonus.
Yeah, so from what I am hearing, it seems that the safe casino in this sense means that they are doing proactive stuff which will prevent the player doing unintentional stuff that could get them in a trouble, sort of like breaking the rule with the maximum bet and stuff connected with it.
Exactly.
Great. So choosing a bonus policy seems like a daunting task. How did you approach the judging process, and was it challenging to pick a winner?
It was quite a challenge. We had exhausting calls, we asked a lot of questions, we evaluated every casino, and after the calls, I can honestly say that opinions on winner were quite mixed, but only one could be the winner.
Right, right. And so what were the main considerations? What were the main aspects you were looking at?
Fairness, safety of each casino regarding complaints and conditions, transparency on providing relevant information, and of course overall experience of the player, because at the end players should enjoy their time there.
Right, yeah. It all falls down to players eventually. So you participated in Bratislava session, where calls with shortlists and discussions with colleagues took place. Anything that stands out to you from the undoubtedly intense but intriguing day?
It's hard to pick just one situation, especially with bonus policies, because we went deep into the internal processes of each casino.
Mm-hmm.
We even created scenarios inspired by complaints, and we asked casinos how they would react in those situations.
Mm-hmm.
As you can imagine, it was quite challenge for them.
Yeah.
And surprise, but they managed it.
Yeah.
And if I should be exact and mention something specific, there were 2 casinos that had unique bonus system without any limitations like maximal bet or maximum cash out. So they needed to have just basic bonus policies, and it's quite safer for the players.
Mm-hmm. Right. Going to the last question, I'm going to shorter this for just the one sentence answer. Is there any advice or interesting insight from the judging process that you would like to share with us for the future? So what would be the one advice, the one sentence for the companies who wants to be shortlisted in the future?
I would say prioritize safety and fairness to the players, innovate, improve your system, because industry evolves, and you should too, because there are brands that are the same for 10 years, but there are competitors that are improving every month, and we should make a gambling better place together.
Right. Even though it was more than one sentence, it is a great thing to conclude with. Thank you very much, Josef, for joining me. And we are going to proceed with this category with announcement of the shortlisted companies. We have Bit Casino, PalmsBet, Royspins, Snatch Casino, and that's it. Congratulations to these companies for making it to the shortlist. And we have a couple of them joined with us here today. It's Alexander, Casino Manager from Snatch Casino. Hi, Alexander. Thomas Linamagi, Casino Operations Team Lead at Bit Casino. And we have Edgar and Emils. Edgar acts as the General Affiliate Manager, and Emils is Customer Relationship Manager at Royspins. Since we are short with time, I'm gonna start with Thomas because he wasn't with us before. Tell us a little bit about Bit Casino and tell us a little bit about your perspective and your approach towards a bonus policy.
Hi, nice to meet you, everybody. Thank you for having us here. A little bit about Bit Casino. Basically, our company motto is fun, fast, and fair. So we try to approach everything with according to these words. And fairness comes up often in bonus policies, I would say. And yeah, the main thing is just to be clear with the customers. Try to put the relevant information in visible spots. And yeah, that's it.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Thomas. Alexander, what about your approach to terms and conditions with bonus policy? Tricky area.
Hello. The bonus policy can be honest, and our company make a lot of work to do this. Snatch Casino are very careful about the bonus information for our players. All the nuances, all possible information on each bonus is always available for our player. On the site, in emails, during live streams, and other resources. We do everything to make the use of the bonus was maximally understandable for our players. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Alexander. Now going to Edgar and Emils, how it looks at Roy Spins for the terms and conditions and bonus policy.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Thank you for the nomination. As was already briefly mentioned with your conversation with Joseph, our case is pretty straightforward. All our bonuses are fair because they don't have any restrictions on them. Like 90% of our bonuses are turnover based, so there are no max bet restrictions. There are no withdrawal limitations on our bonuses. Customers can make withdrawals whenever they want with whatever amount they have won. They can play whatever games they want and indulge in bonus buys or bonus hunts and so on. We don't restrict customers in any way with our bonuses. Also, all our marketing campaigns are very transparent. We always give all necessary information in our emails and SMSs so the customer can make the most objective decision, do he want to play with bonus or not. So yeah, to conclude in broader context, the label fair or not doesn't even apply in our case because like customers can do whatever they want with our bonuses.
Yeah.
And we don't penalize them for it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
It seems like you are putting a lot of emphasis on the bonus policy. So let's see who is the winner. Proceeding to the announcing of the winner in the Fairest bonus policy category. So the winner is Roy Spins.
Yay.
Congratulations, Roy Spins, for their unique and original bonus system, which we haven't seen in the industry before. So I guess you received the award for what you've just said. Thank you very much. Saying forward to other shortlisted companies who joined us, and thank you for submitting the nomination, attending the calls, and also being here today. Now, for you guys, the winners, is there anything that you would like to share with the rest of the audience and with us?
Like mainly, but firstly, thank you for the judges. Thank you for the nomination. We are very pleased to win it. And yeah, as you already mentioned, it's like quite unique, but we are confident that in few years our bonuses will be like mainstream in the industry. We think that it's the way to go.
Thank you very much. That's a very good conclusion of this. I hope that it will happen. I hope that it will make the progress as you've described, and the bonuses will evolve in this way. Congratulations again. We are gonna move to the next category, and we'll have just a very short break. And it's gonna be the Fairest general terms and conditions. We will have Maciej here with me again, and we will go with the same process. So see you soon. Welcome back to the announcement of the next category. We are going to be looking into general terms and conditions. So these are arguably one of the most important aspects of every casino, and this award will go to the operator whose terms and conditions display the highest level of transparency, clarity, fair play, availability, and more. So let's proceed with the announcement of the Fairest General Terms and Conditions category. As I mentioned before, for this category, we're gonna have my colleague Maciej Nowota again with us. As I said, he acts as the head of the data and complaints team. So Maciej, good to see you. Good to see you again. So we're gonna be talking about something a little bit different at the moment. So I'm just gonna proceed with the first question. So as you are the leader of the data and complaints team at Casino Guru, you played a crucial role in evaluating the terms and conditions for this particular category. Can you walk us through the specific criteria that the judging panel focused on during these evaluations?
Yes, it's clarity, transparency, and fairness. Basically, these three criteria the terms and condition of the casino needs to have. So this is like.
Is it something that you would say the players will encounter with, or is it just something that translates into how these general terms and conditions are being used?
I believe that it's like.
So people won't read it, right? So they will eventually hit the wall, or they will not. So is the most important thing that the translation of it, that how they are going to be using it in a
yes, because the terms and conditions should be written in the way that even it's like almost impossible to make a mistake, and even if the player do some mistake, the casino should be fair in decision on what to do. So if the terms and conditions are written well, there is like very little space for making mistakes.
All right, and for some sort of a different interpretation,
yes,
as I understand it. So it's clear, and this is the way, and nothing going besides that. All right, I see. So transparency and clarity in terms and conditions are vital for players' trust. What challenges did you and the judging panel face in identifying hidden or predatory rules, and how did you approach to ensure fairness in the evaluating process?
So we deeply check all the terms and conditions and identify the problematic parts. And in the second part, in the shortlisted casinos, we give the casinos the hypothetical scenarios about what happen if the player do something, and we try to like find a way how these terms could be used or abused or something, and how the casino would approach toward these situations.
Okay. So with your expertise in complaints resolution, were there any instances where the terms and conditions directly correlated with common player complaints? What I'm trying to ask is, how did the judging panel address such situations in the evaluation process?
Well, the casinos which make it to the shortlist, they cannot have problematic terms at all. But there is a correlation between the complaints and the terms, because the casinos which use something unusual, usually something unfair, they usually have lots of complaints about these aspects. Typically, I can say like there are certain rules which some casinos used about that the new players cannot win more than 10 times the deposit, for example, and we are talking about real money, or the rule that players cannot make a bet which size is more than 30% of the deposit. And this is like the rule which is like not common in every casino, and typically for the new players they dislike to read the terms, so they make a deposit, make a bet, and they are very surprised when the casino confiscate the winnings.
Very common situation. Thank you very much, Maciej. There is a couple of questions, but we are really short on time. I hope that we have answered or put clarity in the decent amount of areas and questions around the Fairest general terms and conditions. So thank you again to be here with me.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you. And we are going to proceed. We are going to proceed with the announcement of the shortlisted companies in the category of the Fairest general terms and conditions. So the companies are Blue Chip Casino, God Bunny Casino, King Billy Casino, Mega Slot, Royal Stars Casino, and joining us live in a studio today are Oksana Maidaniuk, games team lead at King Billy Casino, Andrei Levin, PR manager of Megaslot, and Otto Shagalashvili, CEO at Blue Chip Casino. Thank you for joining me. It's good to see you. Oksana, we were together in the previous category as well.
Actually, I'm from the Spirit Casino.
Oh, I'm so sorry. There must have been a mistake in my papers. But you can tell us more about that, so we will directly proceed into the standard process. So please tell us a little bit more about the company and more importantly about the general terms and conditions.
And we are a young brand, so if we talk about terms and conditions, we are focus on transparency in this way. So all users have to know all rules and everything have to be clear to them. So we can be with them 24 hours and 7 days per week, and to get them really good support.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Otto, tell us a bit more about the Blue Chip Casino and your approach to the general terms and conditions, please.
Hi, everyone. Okay, so first of all, I want to thank you to be shortlisted in this category, and thank you for the Casino Guru team. About the terms and conditions, I can say that year after year we are improving it, and it was a very great experience to speaking with the Casino Guru team to have some recommendations from them. And I think that we implemented the good one, which is very easy to understand for the customers, first of all. But the most important thing is that your guest already mentioned how you will be interpret what is written there, because if you are interpreting in most of the cases on casino side, and casino have the more power over the customer in most of the cases, that's a bad thing. So in generally, in most of the cases, again, we see it as the customer sees and making the corresponding decisions. So that's a general thing what we do. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Otto. Thank you both for your contribution and telling us a little bit more about the principles for general terms and conditions in your companies. So let's proceed with the announcement of the winner. The winner for the Fairest general terms and conditions is Blue Chip Casino for the clearest, fairest and most transparent terms and conditions. So congratulations. Congratulations, Otto. Is there something that you would like to share with us? What would you like to say?
Yes, because I'm very, very excited, and
I can see
the sound of the team, because that's our first award. We are operating already 2 years, and the first award we applied to was the Casino Guru Awards, and now that's our first award. So we are very, very happy and want to share that excitement I have now with you. So thank you so much. We are very happy. Appreciate your approach, and thank you so much.
Congratulations again. It was great to see your excitement. And thanks everyone who has joined us, to all the companies who has made it to the shortlist, submit nomination, and attended the calls with the judges. it's very detrimental for the Casino Guru Awards. So without further ado, we are going to move to the next category. I'm not going to be here alone again. It's going to be the most transparent casino. We will just have a few seconds break and then we are back in. Welcome back. Moving forward to the category which is mainly about transparency. So the transparency is a cornerstone in building trust and fostering open communication in the online casino industry. This comprehensive category recognizes operators that stand out in proactively informing players about essential tools and concepts which are crucial to their safe gambling experience. So we are moving forward with the announcement of the winner in the most transparent casino category. So our panel of experts, external judges, where diligently sought the operator that transparently communicates information such as games RTP, provides history logs and reality checks, and delivers relevant statistics in a clear and transparent manner. Joining us today in the studio is my colleague Peter Jeschko, who is the Casino Guru strategy lead, and he played a crucial role in determining the winner. Hi, Peter.
Hello.
It's great to have you in the studio again. You were the only one who were cheering me up last year among the colleagues with the interviews, and I'm happy to see you here again. So I'm going to jump into the questions right away. How do you navigate the balance between the necessity of transparency and the commercial interests of the casino?
So how should the casinos navigate this? I will answer the question. Is this really contradicted? Because I think it should work together. If you want to build a successful business, you should have a good relations with your customers, and you should be transparent. So I believe the best casinos are transparent, and it serves them to make a good business and make the connections with their customers.
It seems to me that I see the parallels, the very similar thing with the commercial interest versus responsible gambling, as responsible gambling was perceived as something negative, decreasing down the commercial interest or the commercial gains, and now the shift is moving towards having these two together and working for the long-term solutions.
Yeah, it's great to see that the casino industry is evolving, and this responsible gambling policy is one of the areas where we can find this. And yes, maybe in some short-term it can be good like to have the gamblers, but at the end it's not like very moral, and again it will decrease the casino reputation. So I think in the long run it's good to be transparent. The people are more and more aware of the casino actions, and the casino review sites like Casino Gurus are helping them. So I really believe the industry is going in the good way.
Yeah. And also the expectation of the players, it's moving somewhere and it's changing. So that being said, how would you say, how integral is transparency to the overall integrity and reputation of the casino? So where does the transparency stand?
It's definitely very important, as for the reasons that we mentioned now, and as I said, it will be even more important in the future because industry is changing, and the way how people see this and players see this is also changing.
Yeah, so it's like working for the advantage for the future. Right, reflecting on the judging process for this category, was it challenging for you and the rest of the judges to choose a winner? How did it compare to the evaluation process of the Fairest bonus policy or Fairest general terms and conditions category, where you also served as a judge? So basically, what was different in this particular category with the most transparent casino?
I would say it was very tough to pick the winner, and not only in this category. In all of the categories, there were many categories when we would like to choose the multiple winners, but of course we can choose only one, so we have to vote. But for example, the general terms and conditions category was very close. So yeah, it was really difficult because there were a lot of casinos who are doing a really good job, and this is true for all the categories.
Okay, thank you. Can you share any standout moments from attending the Bratislava session where you were judging, basically judging, listening to the operators, joining for the calls and presenting themselves? So is there any moment that has stand out from this demanding day?
It was not one particular moment, but I would mention that often in Casino Guru we are talking to the casinos and we say to them, okay, look, this way you handle some things, or you have the terms and conditions, some software enforcement. It's not the best user experience. We suggest that maybe you can change it to improve the user experience. That will also be good for your business. And often the answer is, okay, but we can't do that. And with the casinos which were nominated in these awards, many of them was like, oh, we already did it, and before we even asked them. So they make us see that it is possible.
Yes,
and this was a very hopeful moment for me. It can work.
So like a revelation that actually, if you can, I mean, if you want, it can be achieved.
Yes, definitely. Where is the will, there is a way.
Indeed, that's a very good conclusion. Thank you very much, Peter, for the answers you have provided and for being with me here. We're gonna proceed further with the category of the most transparent casino, and we're gonna announce the shortlisted companies in this category. So it is Bit Casino, Blue Chip Casino, Cashwin Casino, Casino 999, N1 Partners, Oshi.io, Rocket Play Casino, Win Spirit Casino, and joining us live today are Shireen Amin, Compliance Officer at Casino 999. Hi Shireen. Otto Shalagashvili, I'm sorry if I pronounce anything wrongly, CEO of the Blue Chip Casino. Otto, we had you here before. Mikita from Rocket Play Casino, VIP Service Department Supervisor. And we have Alex, the Affiliate Manager at Oshi.io Casino, and Volodymyr Butsin, the Senior Personal Account Manager at WinSpirit Casino. I want to congratulate all the shortlisted companies because it's so many of them over here. I think it was very similar with the complaints handling. Now, going with the same procedure, I understand that this is the last category which had the live guest with me today, so it's going to be just talking with the shortlisted companies joining in. Let's start with you, Shireen. Please tell us a little bit about Casino 999 and about your transparency.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for the nomination. We're super excited to be included in this category. As your colleague was mentioned before, what we try to do is create a relationship with our players where there's an element of trust. And this isn't only limited to things like terms and conditions, but more of a holistic view when it comes to our customer support, to our payments team, to
Shireen? I think we unfortunately lost Shireen. So, being cautious of the time, we'll move forward to Mikita. Tell us about your approach to transparency at Rocket Play.
Thank you, Shimon. Well, just want to say once again, it's a great honor for our casino to be here and to be represented in this nomination. And at Rocket Play, we do everything to make players feel comfortable. We strive for clarity and transparency so that the rules are clear and accessible to everyone. That includes if anything player wants to know, for example, the bet history, they're able to access it. The terms and conditions, they are able to access it clearly. And if they have any questions, we have a dedicated team of customer care managers who are able to provide swift care and direct the player. That also includes the bonuses. We strive to be transparent in terms of our terms and conditions for every bonus or feature. So all in all, we want the gaming process to be fair and easy to understand, and the interests of our players are always our top priority.
Thank you. Thank you, Otto. Transparency, in my view, it aligns kind of with the general terms and conditions, so no wonder you are shortlisted over here as well.
Yeah, thank you so much again. To say a few words. Generally, what the transparency means and what we need to do for the customers is, I think, the mostly clear for everyone. I would say that the transparency as a value, as an approach, is one of our core values and inside the DNA of our company, of our team. So for us, it's very easy to understand what the player needs and how they feel the transparency. So we do it more or less easily as we value it very much. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Otto. Concluding this with Alex from Oshi.io. Alex.
Hello,
Hi.
everyone. Do you hear me well? Hope you do. So
Thank you.
I will be short. This even may sound like a pun, but transparency is quite simple. Just be transparent. I mean, don't try to hide anything from the players. Just probably notify them about the things you do, the things you have, and you will succeed. This is pretty much it.
Thank you. Thank you. That was very, very nice and clear. Happy to see you with us again, Shireen. Be cautious of the time.
Yes,
I will just skip to the announcement of the winner. So thank you. With those, I wouldn't see you anymore. Thank you very much for joining in, for your contribution to the awards, having the cause. We really appreciate it. But the winner could be only one. So the winner for the most transparent casino category is Casino 999. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We're
Shireen.
so happy.
Yeah, it's a good thing that you've joined. And actually, there is nothing written. So basically, it is, as Alex said, right? Transparency is transparency for... So you received it to be the most transparent. I guess it was also difficult within this category. So congratulations again. Would you like to share something with us and with the people watching?
Yes, thank you so much. We're honored to be in the same category with so many operators. It was a lot of stiff competition, especially with the other winners in the other fair terms and conditions categories. So we're really happy to be winning this. And I think it's great that you have this kind of award and that going forward, everyone is striving to have a fairer casino for players in the future, because that's what's important, having that trust with our customers.
Thank you very much for your words and also for your appreciation to being here. We appreciate that you've joined, and congratulations again. We're going to be sending the award to your destination. So thank you very much. Take care. We're going to proceed with the next category. So this one has marked the end of the categories which has been judged by external or our own Casino Guru judges. So right after sort of 5-minute break, we will reveal the winner of the last category, our special Voice of the People category, which after we have presented some, after which we are going to be presenting some important information about the next year's Casino Guru Awards. So see you in the Voice of the People in just a couple of minutes, and there is going to be a short video as well, if I'm not wrong. See you soon.
What's the judges' scoop on Casino Guru Awards? What makes our Casino Guru Awards judging process transparent and credible compared to other awards?
What I like most is that the judges have the opportunity to interact with whoever submitted, for a particular award. It's very helpful because obviously we can ask the questions that we need to clarify, and I must say that the high level of entries makes it very difficult for us to actually choose someone. So we have to be very, very proactive in our questions and very probing to see, basically whatever they are presenting to us, and that helps a lot.
Yeah, sometimes when I look at the other awards, you see the different casinos winning different categories. But then when you look at the sponsors of the same awards, you see the same names, the same casinos, and I don't think it's a good sign. When it comes to the Casino Guru Awards, we have impartial judges. We don't have judges only from Casino Guru, but we have judges from different companies, different parts of the world, judges with different expertise. So I believe that's our advantage, and that's actually something that gives us the credibility.
How was your experience in the judges' calls with shortlisted companies? In what ways does this interactive process add value to the evaluation, and did anything particularly stand out or need improvement?
Yes, certainly it triggers a discussion both between the judges and the interaction with the operators who have presented their submissions. It's important that the dialogue takes place. I mean, we obviously review the submission itself, but most importantly, we can generate questions that we can ask the particular operator to elaborate on certain aspects of their operation, which would help us come to a decision ultimately who the winner of that particular award will be.
I can't speak for other judges, but for me, I believe the calls are the crucial part of the entire process, because it gives us a chance to ask additional questions, sometimes even confront the casinos maybe with some features they have on the website, or maybe some terms and conditions, so we can just ask and maybe get the explanation, and actually sometimes see the people if they share the camera with us. So I believe it's the crucial part, and I can't even imagine doing the entire process without the phone calls. So yeah, it's important.
As a judge, what do you think are the key reasons for companies in the industry to join the Casino Guru Awards? How does their involvement contribute to promoting excellence, transparency, and innovation in online gambling?
Certainly, Casino Guru Awards are becoming a yearly, and they're gathering impetus. it always excites me to be part of the judging panel. And I think the level, I mean, it brings out the best in operators, basically, because they are vying in a very honorable area when it comes to responsible gaming and player protection. That is one area that differentiates one operator from another, is their passion to offer the best solutions with regards to responsible gaming. And obviously there's a level that is heightened, you know, and it makes me very proud to be part of this, one of the judges for this Casino Guru Awards.
I believe the Casino Guru has developed into a real authority in the iGaming industry, and that's not only from the perspective of professionals working in the industry, but also from the player's perspective. So if you seek to win an award that will be appreciated by your players, your customers, or maybe the potential customers that you can get in the future, then I believe Casino Guru Awards are something you should be interested in.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the last category of this Casino Guru Awards ceremony, and it's the special one because we wanted to give the public the chance to vote for their favorite operator or a company. Featuring the shortlisted candidates from all categories, this award's winner was chosen solely by the public without any interventions from our judges. The voting began once the individual categories went through the shortlisting process. And now is the time to finally announce the Voice of the People winner. Again, all shortlisted companies were automatically nominated for this category, so there is no need to be announcing the shortlist. What I'm going to be announcing are the 5 finalists, which all of them, if not the most of them, are joining us here today. So the 5 companies are Blue Chip Casino with the representative of Otto Chagalashvili, the CEO, Casino 999, Shireen Amen, Compliance Officer, Oshi.io, Alex, Affiliate Manager, and Mikita Zvolenboyski from Rocket Play Casino, sorry, and Volodymyr Butyskin, Senior Personal Account Manager at Vin Spirit Casino. It is the same combination of people I had with the last award, so good to see you again. What I would like to hear from you now is a little bit different, because I understand that each of you has chosen some strategy to basically promote themselves and to let people who can vote for them, let them know that you have been shortlisted so they can send their voices, I mean their votes to you. So I'm gonna be interested in hearing what strategies or what actions did you do? Basically, what did you do in order to win this category with the Voice of People? And I'm gonna start with Mikita from Rocket Play.
Thank you. Well, for our casino, honestly, we're just being transparent. We try to, of course, promote this opportunity to vote for us, but in the end of the day, we offered the possibility for the people to decide whether they want to vote or not. So it's up to them. And of course, let's let the people decide. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going further with Shireen.
Hi, everyone. So what we did was we did do some promotions from our side on our social media, and we did inform our players that we were up for this kind of promotion if they wanted to give us their vote. So that's what we did from our side, pretty much.
Thank you. Otto, how it looked like on your side?
Yeah, generally the same from our side. We just send email telling the customers if they like our product to vote for us. So that was all the things we did. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Alex?
Well, we just tried to be the coolest place to play, and that's pretty much it. Oh, a little bit of announcements, of course, but just a tiny bit.
Yes. Yes, I mean, in order to let people know about such an opportunity, you need to let them know that something like that is happening. Otherwise, there will be no voting. Fine. I am sorry that we do not have the representative from Win Spirit Casino, or am I wrong? Do we have the representative of a Win Spirit Casino with us today?
You have.
All right. I guess there was some sort of a confusion from the technical side. So tell us, what did you do in order to get the votes in the Voice of the People category?
Hello. Actually,
Oksana, yeah.
we do not have any superpower or super secret here. We just was open with our players and asked them if they would like to see us win. They could vote for us. So we are here in top 5, and we are really appreciate for their trust.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your insights, and thank you all for doing the effort on trying to win in this category. We're going to proceed with the announcement of the winner. So there is nothing special that has been evaluated. Basically, it's just the numbers game. So the company that won has received the most number of votes. And the winner of the Voice of the People category is Win Spirit Casino. Congratulations! With over 4,000 votes in the Voice of the People.
Yes, thank you so much. We really appreciate about this support, and we appreciate all organization. So then the second one and the main, we would like to thank all our players. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you for all the companies which has shortlisted. Again, thank you for your effort, and thank you for joining us here with me today. Congratulations to Win Spirit Casino again. We're going to be sending the award to your direction. And have a great rest of the day. I was so happy that you were here with me, and we have the ability and possibility to engage with each other. So I think we have reached the end of our 2024 awards. So I guess the crowning moment is behind us. So we have successfully interviewed all judges here during today. We have announced all the winners and given out all the awards. But don't leave just yet, because we didn't answer the most important question of the event. I was saying this last time. So is there going to be Casino Guru Awards 2025 next year? Yes, of course. We are indeed determined to be bringing the quality and improving in the areas which we can provide more value, and continue with our journey into making these awards a unique part of the industry landscape. So this year was kind of challenging for us, as the level of transparency which we are trying to bring in this comes with the own sets of challenges. As I was explaining at the beginning, and we were also addressing it last year, we are working on fine-tuning the process of sending out nominations, of evaluation process, and also the process when the judges are deciding who the winner should be. But we are determined to keep these standards and to improve with each year. And I think we hope that you are going to be part of it. So the nominations for the next annual of the Casino Guru Awards will be open in just few weeks. So stay tuned for our date and follow our channels as we are going to be announcing it. And I hope that you will join us in this exciting journey also for the next year. So again, in the name of the whole Casino Guru, thank you all for joining us. Thank you in participating in the nominations. Thank all the judges who has taken the time to evaluate and to talk and to decide. And also for everyone who was watching this ceremony today. And enjoy the rest of your wonderful day today. See you in a year. Bye-bye.
What's the judges' scoop on Casino Guru Awards? What makes our Casino Guru Awards judging process transparent and credible compared to other awards?
I think what's contributed to the transparency and credibility has been the gathering and hearing the submissions and the words of the nominees, as well as understanding who the other judges are between their questions and our discussions and where their comments and concerns are coming from. So it really lends to a really robust process.
Is the independence of the judges and the judging process. The judging process is quite elaborate and the judges are completely independent. When we receive the nominations, we make our own evaluations. So the judges meeting is usually just really to complement, to ask an additional questions, and we give the nominees an opportunity to defend their presentations and to the satisfaction that the decisions are completely independent and very transparent. So every judge, there's no influence from any other judges. You make your own decisions, and every nominee has an opportunity to defend their presentations and their nomination.
How was your experience in the judges' calls with shortlisted companies? In what ways does this interactive process add value to the evaluation, and did anything particularly stand out or need improvement?
I think by having the nominees present, you get a sense of what they value most and what they think is most important, which is interesting and important in terms of the judging process, as well as the questions that you can ask and that the other judges ask. In terms of the responses, it's been very interesting to see the responses to certain questions, again, sort of as another layer of understanding.
First of all, it gives you an opportunity, to maybe not be influenced, but to hear what the other judges say about the different aspects, because we're all coming from different jurisdictions. We have an opportunity of understanding the intricacies of the different jurisdictions that we come from, which again are the same jurisdictions that the nominees come from, but again you have a better understanding of the different intricacies of the different markets. So I would say if I'm coming from Uganda, we have a unique interpretation or understanding of the different responsible gambling aspects. So I'm able to bring those onto the table for the other judges to understand and appreciate. And again, eventually that also impacts on our interpretation of the nominations and the presentations for the different nominees. So I think it's a very unique opportunity. It's a very unique evaluation process, but it gives better results at the end of the day.
As a judge, what do you think are the key reasons for companies in the industry to join the Casino Guru Awards? How does their involvement contribute to promoting excellence, transparency, and innovation in online gambling?
Yeah, no, I think sort of an external benchmark, that the awards provide is really important, because I think everyone's doing really interesting work, but you are deep into the work, on your own. And so the awards sort of give you a bit of a touch point or a benchmark in terms of what you're doing and what you could do better, or where you could improve. Really just sort of gives you a gauge of success.
I mean, of course, naturally, it is a very good thing for any operator or any of the nominees or the companies that are participating in it to be evaluated against the good work that they're doing out there. And those that don't quite make it, it's also a very fair opportunity, because it's easy for you to to rate. It gives them a standard against which they rate their initiatives and their contribution, or again, a better opportunity to evaluate how their activities or their games are impacting their customers. So I think the Casino Guru Awards are a very good opportunity for clients, or for nominees or companies out there to rate their initiatives. It's a very good thing for you to not just be in the business for the business of it, but also to be able to see exactly how what you're doing is impacting other people, how other people. It's good feedback.